Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Yes, the Global Human Rights has released a damning indictment against the government of President Julius Maada Bio. But can the president ever be tried in a criminal court? Family, welcome back to yet another very important segment where they can, through the Talking Point platform, where they can look at this report where the human rights then just the release. And also we go count on some of the videos where they make on the social media, particularly the clock tower where President Julius Maada Bio go open a Kailan. We're not going to say, we'll get the opportunity for sending a comment where we go read. And don't forget, this program, they come live now to a platform then. And they come na Talking Point platform, TPP Leo na YouTube, and also they come live na Facebook Talking Point platform. So if you're happy for day na YouTube, click the subscription button, just subscribe, and also like we page na Facebook. So now we come and try for share this report on as I see the damning report where the human rights just don't release, where they can shortly.
Talking Point platform for news every day in our country, salute for education, entertainment, political affairs, TV. We put enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit TV.
Yes. So, family, let's start from first. Let we understand what's in these human rights. Whose power they get? Why for even take them serious? Well, the human rights now a part of the United Nations body where all the member states and then agree say now obligation by any country where sign the agreement say them for protect the life and respect the human right. The right to be not to person you and now you self get them, you born with her. The life, for example, to life, the rights to freedom of speech, the rights for them, you participate in governance, for religion, for decent life, many others. But country in the world, then sign and Salona part of the country will be signed and rectify. Say, then go up all those laws there where they inside, not for arrest, person without justice, without any due cause, arbitrary arrest, not for day extrajudicial killings, not for avoid them, not for just they kill people randomly. All of them laws there, then they inside this particular body where they set for observe. So Salon, we get people there where the United Nations send, where we say can nominate people there, where when a Sierra Leoneans, it can be Sierra Leonean, it can be mixed, it can be different people there. Where then you work now for say the government of the day, they respect what they already don't sign for saying they respect the human rights of all people that were in the country. Now, every year, then they release a report here. So then report here, then get boku implication. Then go, if for example, the report then damning, in other words, they're so fearful, it put you in a bad, tight spot now the world. Then they see like say, you government or you not serious about respecting the laws, we don't go even the instruments, the agreements that we don't go sign say they protect the rights of everybody. And then they go make probably some investors they go can a country, then go condemn you, and sometimes in some serious cases, then go even prosecute you at the International Criminal Court if the local courts able prosecute you. So today we ask, can the courts, the Hague courts, ever try Julius Maada Bio? Because there have been damning reports, and when they can share this, don't see waiting the human rights say about what happened at Salon. Lord, we share the report, then just don't release her. Lord, we share for alone and see. Now, this report is lengthy. Now, I go take me time slowly for last scholar. I don't know if you already don't kind of the screen. I don't know if you know the see very well. So these are the 2020 on the release. So this one they see so then just don't release her. Now a fresh report this. Last year you know they release so. Now let us see the thing then wait and talk about. We're not going to go all over this. We're not going to read everything, but we'll go look at the main thing then where point Julius Maada Bio, perhaps when he left power, he go face the International Criminal Court. And I just want to let people understand, say, not if he get forever face the court, not to the only leader who don't face. We see Charles Taylor then, we see even Milosevic, former Yugoslavia then president, then trial from 2002 to 2006, he died in prison. Now, let's go to the report. Let we check and see. Now, if you look at the executive summary first, we know they go on the executive summary because it got the try for show you how the governments come into power. So let's go respect. Look, you see, one of the two them put arbitrary deprivation of life and other unlawful or politically motivated killings. This in the Human Rights Commission and the Human Rights Organization discovered in Salon. And they report are not an ordinary report. Mind you, yesterday we come up with Amnesty International. Amnesty International don't release their own human rights reports. It's damning also. It's fearful, which means now two credible institutions there, they report the same crime. So the government, I know say this one, President Julius Maada Bio get for taken serious. He know what this mean for let two credible institutions and more, they pull the same report, they all they arrive at the same time. Same thing. Now, look at the thing, arbitrary arrest. So like this thing, so then for us, we know the surprise as Sierra Leoneans. We know the surprise because we don't say it happen. Yes, there were several credible reports. The government or its agents committed arbitrary or unlawful killings. The Independent Police Complaint Board, IPCB, an independent civil oversight mechanism, investigates security force killings and makes recommendation on the prosecution to the Sierra Leone police. On August 10, during the demonstration that turned violent, the SLP, the Sierra Leone police, shot and killed 30 protesters, mostly unarmed youth, in the capital of Freetown and in the towns of Makeni and Kamakwe. Protesters killed 6 police officers. On August 24, authorities announced the formation of a special investigation committee regarding the August demonstration composed of members of the Sierra Leone Bar Association, the Sierra Leone Journalists Association, civil society organization, veteran retired police associations, and others. Critics noted a large percentage of the committee members had strong ties to the government, and some committee members had already publicly condemned protesters before being appointed. Now, this don't show say governments Maada Bio offices on term Salon na the wall. In other words, if you able to control Salon, you don't control the world. No, this report don't show clearly say the commission where President Julius Maada Bio sets for me to investigate the August 10 protests, it completely no relevant because the who did it mostly na SLPP supporters or sympathizers, mostly as this credible institution, the Human Rights Commission, don't discover. Now, if you go check, in this report, they talk about Femi Claudicol, they talk about LJ, all the issue. Law will scroll down, law will pick up the main points there because we're not going to read everything for now. If you want to check this, you can able Google her. It's online. You can able Google her. So we're not going to read everything. We don't go Okay, now look at this. Now look at the other parts. Torture. Now look at this one. I hope soon at the see on my screen. Torture and other cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment and other related abuses. The law prohibits such practices. There were reports police committed cruel, inhumane, or inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment of prisoners or detainees. In one reported instance, on June 12, the Sierra Leone police arrested, detained, and shaved the dreadlocked ear of controversial rapper Alhaji Amadou Ba, more commonly known as LAJ, for an alleged offense. Following media reports of inhuman treatment of LAJ, the IPCB launched an investigation into the alleged police mistreatment. The IPCB had not published its report as of September 6. Impunity remained a significant problem in the security forces, notably in the SLP. While Amnesty International noted improvements in police leadership, enforcement of disciplinary measures, other observers reported continued lack of crowd control and human rights training. So, we don't see this one. Sorry. LAJ issue don't attract international attention. In fact, I don't think that they record it. Then degrade the guy, then they molest the guy, then take human rights. And I know it's just too serious. So these are the area of LAJ where the report mentions say LAJ then subject them to disgrace, inhuman treatment, then barban for no, and all of them and they wouldn't do so. It day against the constitution of Salon, it day against all the practice. In fact, it day against the standard standard operation security protocols there. Now, let's scroll down, let's see what he then talk about Femi Claudius Cole. Because we're not able to go everything like I say. We're not able to go. We're not able to go through the boku thing they wouldn't document because of time. The thing they wouldn't document against the government of Sierra Leone. So now that may because for can make analysis to play some videos there for backup what we talk to. So what we see inside they mention because they talk about the arrest, the unlawful arrest, arbitrary arrest of people. Then talk about the denial of bail for people, and particularly the opposition. Lord go down. I want just come up with all right. I want scroll down low we can with side they mention Claudius let me call the issue. All right, they even talk about freedom of movement and the right to protest at the country. This particular government denying people that right there. People are not able to assemble. If they assemble, not a problem. But when other people are way close to the government assemble, then they give them free pass. The report also mentioned that say this now a very dangerous precedent because now the right of each and every Sierra Leoneans then get rights for them for demonstrate as long as they not cause any trouble in the country. Now just the school small. They done the page, the report, Iboku, the thing where document, Iboku then talk about discrimination. We're not able to read all like I say. I just want out the very important and talk about ethnic tension, discrimination, and talk about child abuse. Then talk about acts of violence where they take place rapidly in the country. Okay. I'm gonna be patient a little bit. We scroll down. So all right, so Famula, in the reports, they even mention, if you check, they even mention about Femi Claudius Cole in arrest, where, according to the commission, this is unlawful. We be share them videos and they then go arrest and host because they accuse and say if they take passport unlawful, if they plan for protest, where not to any criminal offense in there. So this particular report, now a damning report. But however, this one for come as a surprise to Sierra Leoneans, because when this government take power, the first thing first way we first begin the year, we begin to reward them from even the first lady of the country. We say the government get for act beyond the mandate to them give them, then they act with mob justice. You know, them videos there, then get for put the government of President Julius, then get for put Mother Bio in tight place. Now, if you listen, would I remind people because some man not forget.
And now we tell the one the way they sabotage what they do say. If we catch you now, would they begin the mob justice now? Would they beat you na public? We make the whole man know say now una bad habits more time and they won't know the change. Corruption just chronic on our body to avoid.
So you see, that was the first lady where they say now mob justice. Then apart from that, no play for now one clip where Sandy, he explain things then how the government, when I policy, in fact, instead of so then they do as SLPP, then they kill. Take a listen.
No matter who you be, let me make salon and a beg. No lose where you follow, no follow, who say you got the foot and a beg. No matter where you go, let me make salon and a beg.
Hey, I not say I not say any other government, but this particular new direction. Anybody will become distraction to this government. You will become that stumble block for stand in the way of this particular government. Believe me, 6 feet down, you go. Will they crush you? We don't really care what's the history gonna be. We don't care. If una get swear, Bible we don't swear una. Babe come all the swear the halaki, where they can halaki this country. That's halaki, that's swear they follow una. Papa Shaki that halaki we can halaki self na that swear they follow una. Una not sit down una put sour for let go free una. Instead, una they go and follow the swear una they chase them. When that swear they care una go odo. But with the kill una. Anybody waiting before this particular government, where he say it will be that stumble block, it will be that distraction, it will hinder the progress of peace. Believe me, we don't care about the history. When the history come, when your time don't reach, Lord to come. But we will kill now. We mean now. It's when a dog, bars are picking them. When I didn't know for cause trouble. When I see what happen, when I come on a Lusa, we crush you now. When I come on my Shaka, we crush you now. When I come on a Tombo, we crush you now. When I go come out na Padeba Road, we crush you na back. Now when I'm Makini, when I don't go come back, we crush you na back. Tomorrow, when I go come on a Cambia or Port Loco, now when I see, if we go bien, when we have been in a power, we give you a chance. We be the demonstrator we must. We not go no side. We demonstrate that with hearts. We give you everything. We rule how we want. But when we don't, God don't make, we don't command with that tiffy. Now when I don't want to give you peace, come on. With the killing let fall. With the killing, will not go stand in the way of this new direction. Say they hinder the progress of peace. You they block that peace day. Let una see. And you wanna learn from una past. All this side of one don't come out. Are they by the say una come on and come on and see what the results. When I go that war way in Congo, that old way to call or Nigeria, Boko Haram, that the photo, that the horrible photo. When I go download all along, put them now on our head. When I make them put them on the t-shirts, when I wear them, let United Nations see them, International Committee they see them. Say na human rights violation, SPP they do. We don't care. Past and knock them. We don't care. If we not say we not allow the people then for rule, for bring the peace that this country, we not say we not go hinder the progress of that peace. Anybody wait before that peace day, we kill them. That a long time. We have no mercy. We need to go behind. Now forward, bet. I don't know me own.
So family, una don't hear Sandy where they make and clear say them mina. So this tell you say all of the killings that will take place during this administration na a deliberate killings. You see where they categorize them. So they mina. So now the United Nations through the human rights don't release a damning report. Now let's share this one where Lima says talk. Let's share this one where Lima talk. Let's share this one where Lima talk. Don't listen to Lima. Now listen carefully. Now listen to this one. Now self understand who's how they come up from. Let's share this one.
As this government is committed to conducting a free, fair, peaceful, and transparent elections, but as a government also, we have the responsibility to ensure that the security of the state is guaranteed. We have taken due note of all the intelligence, of all activities, of movements of people, but I would say that nobody would disrupt the peace of these elections. Nobody would disrupt the peace of this country. We are capable of providing the necessary security for this nation. And that one I can assure anybody, if they do not believe in that, then let them just try whatever is boiling underneath in their sleeve. We would crush that without even going a step.
Are you? So what we are saying, Mr. Minister, you are the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs. Are you making a threatening statement?
This is not a threatening statement. Here we have had a situation from the start.
I'm coming.
I'm coming. Yes, we will crush any attempt to disrupt the peace and security of this nation. Let me give you instances.
We also respect the rights and the human rights of citizens as well.
Of course, that is why when you are crushing, you do it professionally, and that is why, of course, there are state security personnel who are charged with the constitutional responsibility to ensure that the security of the state is guaranteed and is protected. What we are saying, we have them on record, even from their own flag bearer, even taking it from their previous leader, former President Kroma. He is on record to have promised to destabilize this nation. Their APC Samurai is on record to say that he will make this country ungovernable. CD is on record to have said that they will mobilize and disrupt the peace of this country to an extent that they will get military on the streets, you understand, to shoot people on sight. That is what he was saying, that they will ensure they activate level 3. They are on record. Even after their flag bearer raised when they were coming, every moment, every opportunity you give to the APC to speak, they have no message. They have nothing to put on the table for the people of this country to vote for them. What they rely on is to seek an opportunity to actually unleash mayhem on the people of this country.
I want to clarify quickly.
But as a nation and as a government, we have a responsibility to ensure that the security of this nation is guaranteed.
I want to clarify quickly the area where you mentioned that you'll crush anyone. I want to clarify. Are you making that statement as the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs, or are you talking on behalf of the SLPP or the government itself?
As a key security stakeholder,
Okay.
Anyone who attempts to disrupt the peace and security of this nation, he will be crushed professionally.
Okay, by the security forces.
Definitely.
Is that a directive?
It is a statement coming from a key security stakeholder that as much as we are charged with the responsibility to ensure that the peace and security of this nation is maintained.
But I will imagine the law enforcement agencies take directives from their police or the military hierarchy and not from the minister.
You should understand how governance work.
Okay.
You should really understand how governance work. That the policy directives come from the political players, and the strategic guidance is provided by the police themselves, and of course that is operationalized. So that's why when I talk, I talk as deputy. From that angle, I talk as deputy minister of internal affairs.
So the security agency should consider this as a directive or a statement, a policy statement from you as a deputy minister.
It's a policy statement. I have no regret saying that anybody attempts on the security of this nation, he will be professionally pursued, and if it is necessary to be crushed for.
All right. So family from the internal minister, the deputy internal minister, where they talk say this now a policy of the government for crush, for kill. Una just don't listen, Sandy. And apart from all of this, now we not even take this, maybe the first lady can to all of the minister. Listen to the president where they talk. Listen, the president.
Is above the law. My government has been closely following events of the last few weeks. The security sector has closely analyzed the prime movers, financiers, causes, nature, and patterns of violent acts. Our responses are therefore well informed. As Commander-in-Chief, I have ordered the intelligence and security forces to use all available resources and take all necessary measures within the laws of this country to deal promptly and decisively and robustly with all acts of violence against the state. Anybody who incites, plans, supports, undertakes, or is involved in any manner of violence in this country will be dealt with harshly. Let me restate, any act of violence will be dealt within the broad spectrum of the law. Citizens have an obligation to obey law and order. Those who think that by fomenting trouble and inciting violence in this country, they can derail and distract government from fighting corruption, attracting investors, and meeting its promise to deliver development to this nation, know now that you will lose this fight. My government will hit hard, and it will continue to hit even harder until this fight is won. Because this is a fight for the unity.
So family, when I don't get all the pictures and the connections there, you know, they can say, Apple lady for don't far from me in tick. If you hear from the first lady, they talk about mob justice. You hear from then Lima then and others. I mean, it's just clear. Now you hear from the president, they say, in government, they hit hard. And then go continue for hit hard. In fact, he don't give order to the police, but then deal with Ashley. Here, the words they use. No, the language that what you use, now a strong language. And I see when it be releases Keke Thomas Sandy then go na SLBC then the president talk tough. He talk like civilian, he talk like soldier man, so president. You know, the real people that will destroy mother in government, now the people that will surround that, will say this and party them. Now they actually destroy in government. Because to be honest, the president need people where genuinely get love for the country, we know about governance, we know how to bridge the gap, we know about how to put things in place, where they're not just there as labelé. This labelé don't cause serious problem, where nobody no get mind for tell the president the right thing, where today it don't for them big problem. The human rights where they just the human rights damning report where they just don't release. So again for aunt President Julius Maada Bio. That one in a fact. Again for Hunter Milosevic, Yugoslavia then president. When he be the power, when he be in a power, then be tell her, they say they for arrest you. But if he say the man be dictator. The end of our arrest her in 2002, Milosevic was in the Hague. Now Holland, he did it in trial last for 4 years, at attack 9 kill in a prison. Charles Taylor, he not be ever believe say go ever enter into the dock. So no we they go no more, because the thing is, for do something you keep quiet. Now one, for do something you come back, you can talk say you mean that in a different entity, not different arrangement than they. Because these people and not just kill civilians, then come back, then they bluff it and say, yes, now we kill them, and in fact, we mean it. You hear the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs, they knock in chest saying that directive. You should know about governance. This is coming from a key stakeholder security, a key security stakeholder in the country. You should know how it works. We have given these orders. It's a policy statement coming from the government. Anybody who challenge the peace of this country will be crushed. I mean, the last thing, in fact, Amnesty International, what itself then come up with, no share this. Perhaps some people don't say it. We counter yesterday, we'll not be counter again, but we just shared. Amnesty then your report, so then pull against this government. Lord pull down, Lord share for now. Think I get an idea. Ethiopia. Now, you see, look at Amnesty International. They look at even if facing violent protesters, this now the quotation this, even if facing violent protesters, law enforcement officials should only resort to the use of force when they have exhausted all other peaceful means of achieving their objectives. Any use of force must also be proportionate to the situation they face. In addition, Amnesty International calls on special committees set up to investigate the event to do so promptly and impartially, where the Human Rights Commission don't pull say, ever partial, because the people waiting at the commission, these are SLPP sympathizers and government sympathizers. So you see, so Fambule, we don't get two reports now, then they talk about the same. The Human Rights report, Amnesty report, they all don't combine and say, this government of President Julius Maada Bio don't commit serious human rights violations. So can he be tried? That's not the question. Can he be ever tried? Can he be brought to justice? Like you said, the other parts now for weights, but we will continue for weights. Hopefully, we'll come back and cover this. So, Fambule, now yeah, we go tap the program. We'll come back tomorrow with another interesting segment here. We'll see if we will take some of them text here. This one, they come up from Aisha Gesta, one of a regular viewer here. We appreciate you, Aisha. It's a good evening, everybody. And this one, they come out from G4. Just imagine the kind of words they use. Well, yeah, this one they come up from Alaji. Said that voice is not Dr. Sandy. You get rights for disputes. This now we get. So Fambule, we tap the program here. We want on a plenty. Thank you as usual. So whenever we don't come towards the end of the program, we get something for Axuna for make una help we share the platform. The groups una join, not just share, not free. There's now one way you say the support for promoting the platform for make it go. We ask una please, una subscribe, una like, una share, una comments, and believe say at the end of the day we all do the same thing. We go be sit down and the talk, but by helping us sharing is una say don't contribute for like the message go far and wide. On that note, I want to know plenty thank you. On a bye bye. We'll come back tomorrow with another interesting program.
country slow. We want for no, why not they grow? Yeah, hey, bo, we want for no, Wetin make we country they go slow? Wetin make it all they grow? Yes, so I can for sure. Yes, I can for sure them thing them way they make we know they grow. Say now we they die from if I they try for go before, I beg do ya not make us slow? No. If I they try for raise the tempo, do ya not make am low? Yes, so if I they try for go before, I beg do ya not make us slow? No. If I dey try for raise the tempo, do ya not make am low? Yes, so before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in unity. Yes, so before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in harmony. Yes, so don't we for do them thing now we go make we smarter, thing now we go make we stronger, thing now we go make we nation last much longer. So we life them go better. Yes, so but we for left them thing now we go make we scatter, thing now we go bring palava, thing now we go make we nation well Panambara, make we people scatter.
Can't you talk about?
Thing them like half flavor plava, political party wahala. Thing them we go make we agba, them put we country pan yakba. Sing along say hey bo.